Hi everybody, this is Scott Sharp with Fretboard Toolbox, and today we're going to look at G major scales, G major pentatonic scales, G minor pentatonic scales, and the G blues scale all up and down the fretboard using a Fretboard Toolbox Complete 4-string bass edition. Today we're going to use the interactive ebook so I can jump around quickly. The cool thing about the Complete Edition Fretboard Toolboxes is that you can see those scales and the chords and the notes that make up the chords in all of these major keys here, all these blues keys, and then all the relative minor keys. So I think there's all of them in there. So let's take a look at the G major key here. And what we've got on the left side here is the G major scale, the G major key, all the chords, and then the notes that make up the chords. It's also E minor, but disregard that for today. And then the G blues scale over here on the opposite pages. So we need to know that the notes in G major are these notes in white boxes, so on this page here. So it's G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. And then what we have down here is all those G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp notes all up and down the fretboard. And then when do I want to use that kind of scale? When I'm playing chord progressions like this. So any of these chord progressions in these boxes, I'm going to want to use this major scale. So let me show you how to read this here. We've got the 4th string, and we've got the 3rd, 2nd, 1st, and then our frets going across. So this G, I'm going to play a G major scale starting here, and we're going to go G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. And that looks like this. So that's a G major scale with lots of open strings. And even with just that, what I want to start doing is messing around with the order, like. And you just start spending a lot of time messing around with the order of these scales, and cool stuff will start to happen. You'll start finding melodies and all sorts of things. If I can play those same notes all up and down the fretboard when I can see them. So if I want to play from this G to this G and use only use no open strings, it would look like this. So that's G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. And then if I continue up, let's see. So that's G, A, B, C, B, C, D, D, C, B, ooh, B flat, B, C, B, G. So I just want to spend a lot of time working on all around on these on the fretboard and finding all sorts of different places to play the same things. I can go from G to G up here, starting on the 3rd string, 10th fret, which would be, this is 5, 7, 9, here's 10. Okay, so that's how I can see the major scale. Now if I want to see the major pentatonic scale, I need to know that those notes are underlined. So out of the 7 notes, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, there are 5 that are underlined. G, A, B, not the C, D, and E. So now if I want to play the major pentatonic scale from G to G here, I'm going to go G, A, B, D, E, G, and that would look like this. Need to practice that stretch. G, A, B, D, B, A, G, G, A, slide to B, D, E. And then I'm just playing around with the pentatonic scale. So then if I want to practice some bass lines with those, it helps to know that over a G chord, my 1 and 5 notes, G and D, are going to be my main notes I'm going to try to hit. over a C chord, a 4 chord. The C and G notes are going to be my main notes, my 1, 5. And then on a D chord, it's going to be D, A. On an A minor chord, it's going to be A, E. On a B minor, it's going to be B, F sharp, etc. So then I start finding out that these bass lines are related to the chords that are being used. And when I know those chord notes, it starts making things a whole lot easier to see down here. Okay, so let's look at some blues stuff and bluesy rock stuff. So now my notes going across in white circles are G, B flat, which is in italics because it's outside of this major key. So it's G, B flat, C, D, and then F. And so those 5 notes are going to be my main bluesy notes, or my main minor pentatonic notes. But then I've got this flat 5 too that I can add. So let's first look at it without the flat 5. I'm going to play G, B flat, C, D, F, G. And you'll notice right away this sounds a lot darker. You hear when I hit that A on accident? But it didn't sound totally terrible because it wasn't out of the key of G. So I want to spend a lot of time practicing those kind of scales too, so I can just I can get that kind of bluesier sound when I want to. And then if I want to add the flat 5 note in there, that note with the asterisk, and it's called the flat 5 because D is my 5 note, D's my 5 note, and so the flat 5 is the note right below that. So adding that flat 5 in there looks like this. Oops. So that's kind of the big picture there, is if I can see those major scale notes and then the bluesy scale notes, and then also if songs can be in the key of G minor, and then I'm starting to see a little bit something different. The chords that sound good in the key of G minor are different. These are some chord progressions that sound good in the key of G minor. But now this minor root is important to me, this G note. And if you pay attention to the pentatonic scale that we just played, it was G, B flat, C, D, F, G. And so the pentatonic scale is the same whether it's in bluesy G major or if it is in G minor, which is kind of a special trick. So here's a G minor pentatonic here, playing just the underline notes. Okay, but now if I play that whole G minor scale, that's called the G natural minor scale, which is now all the white boxes, it's going to sound a little different, and that's because it's in this minor G minor key. So I hope that that makes some sense to you, and that you can see it's really cool when you can start seeing where are those scales all over the fretboard in all of these different keys, and then some neat things start happening. So you can be at a lesson and the person says, all right, we're going to be playing in the key of C major today. So I can just go to the key of C major. I know the chords that are most likely. I know the notes that build the chords. And then I can see where are those C major notes all up and down the fretboard. Or if they tell you we're going to play C minor pentatonic over this. For me, I had to be able to see it. So that's why I made the toolboxes. So if you want to order one, I'll put a link up here over here so you can see where to order it, and I'll have lots more videos coming on lots more instruments. Thanks for taking a look.